Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So look, in this one I really wanted to dive in and talk a little bit about Todd Bowles, really answer some of the questions that I was getting last night. Like, do I still like Todd Bowles? Do I regret the Jets firing him? A lot of different stuff. Was I happy for him? And of course there was also a couple messages like, oh, the Jets are complete morons, they're idiots, they fired Todd Bowles, they hired Adam Gase, this and that. So I like Bowles. I've always liked him, right? I liked him in Arizona. I liked him in New York. I liked him with Tampa Bay. I was really pumped for him. Specifically, after he got fired, he was able to rebound and land a super sweet gig in Tampa Bay as defensive coordinator, and he was going to have full control over the defense, right? Because Bruce Arians got brought in as well. Obviously, they go way back. So I was pumped for Bowles last night. I'm happy that he got the job done. He got a Super Bowl championship and everything like that. But there was a question looming last night. Do I regret the Jets firing him? Do I think the Jets are complete morons for letting him go? And the answer is absolutely not. Even though I liked Todd Bowles, I thought players liked playing for him. I think he knows defensive football through and through. He was doing some really, really creative stuff with the Jets team. I mean, if we all think back, that Jets defense did not have a lot of talent, but he was putting certain guys in positions to have success, especially the defensive backs. From a defensive standpoint, Todd Bowles, he's money, right? He's spot on. But I feel like a change had to be made at the time, and I get recency bias. I get, the Jets are, in the position now. They're coming off a 2-win season with Adam Gase, and Todd Bowles is in the Super Bowl, and from an optic point of view, it's a horrid look. All right, it's nauseating to a certain degree, okay? But if we think back, a change had to be made. A change was necessary at the head coaching position. I mean, yes, even though Todd Bowles had the defense playing really well, players liked playing for him. He had some success early in 2015 with a 10-win season with Ryan Fitzpatrick and whatnot. There were major issues. There were concerns with Todd Bowles as the head coach of the football team. Number one, quarterback development. I mean, off the top of my head, the quarterbacks that we had under Todd Bowles were Geno Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Christian Hackenberg, Bryce Petty, Josh McCown, and Sam Darnold. Okay, 6 guys, and we still had no offensive production. Okay, outside of the 2015 year, of course. But as far as a quarterback development, quarterback play being average to a little bit above average, again, outside of 2015, it wasn't there at all. No contributions to offensive football. The time management was a joke, right? Just not using timeouts in certain situations, wasting timeouts early. I remember the halftime adjustments were always a major issue. There was a lot of things, right? Like just in-game scenarios, like challenging plays. There were numerous question marks that I had with Todd Bowles, and I felt like at the time, Todd Bowles was an incredible defensive coordinator. That's what he was in Arizona. That's what he was in, that's what he is now with Tampa Bay, and we've seen that. I mean, Todd Bowles' defense is electric. It's fantastic. But I do think the one difference between the Bucs defense and the Jets defense, why the Bucs defense is, where it is today, and why the Jets defense it kind of fizzled out under Bowles, was because number one, the talent level, and then number two, well, of course, we have to factor in the offense as well, right? The other side of the football, the Bucs offense is flying. The Jets offense was lackluster at best, but the Jets defense never had that consistent pass rush. The Jets just struggled to generate any sort of pass rush. I remember quarterbacks having all day to throw, and that was an issue. That was a major issue. Really, the only name that pops out at you was Leonard Williams, but he didn't do hardly anything with the Jets, right? It wasn't until he linked up with Patrick Graham with the New York Giants where he really burst onto the scene as a pass rusher. Leonard Williams is coming off his best season of his career, like undoubtedly. Easily the best season of his career. Where was that the first couple of seasons with the New York Jets? So we couldn't generate a pass rush. I think Tampa's team definitely has a little bit more talent. They're faster, they're younger, they can fly around the football field, where I felt like with the Jets defense, it was kind of unproven guys, later round guys, and veteran players like Muhammad Wilkersons of the world. That was when we brought back Darrelle Revis, we brought back Cromartie. Yes, we had Jamal Adams and Marcus May. We drafted them in 2017. But all in all, I think the Todd Bowles defense it was a solid bunch. I just never thought it added that pass rush element that Tampa, of course, has. But as a head coach with the New York Jets, there was just too many question marks. There was too many question marks. The offense, the quarterback play, the offensive play calling, always having to rely on an offensive coordinator, having to do everything, right? Think back Jeremy Bates, John Morton, Chan Gailey. There was a lot of offensive minds. Essentially that was a turnstile at the offensive coordinator spot and quarterbacks coach. Okay, so offensive football input not there. Game management, time management, in-game scenarios, halftime adjustments. I didn't think those boxes were being checked. So at the end of the day, I'm pumped for Todd Bowles. I'm happy he got that ring. But if I could rewind, right, if I could go back in time and say, hey, we need to keep Todd Bowles, I wouldn't do it. I still feel like a change had to be made at that point in time. I just feel like the Jets really made the mistake with Adam Gase. I don't think it was the firing of Todd Bowles that really put the Jets back. I think it was bringing Gase into the building. So that's my take on him. I hope Todd Bowles continues to have great success with Tampa Bay or wherever he winds up. Hopefully he gets another head coaching opportunity somewhere. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Were you happy for Todd Bowles? Were you kind of feeling jealous, maybe a little angsty, right? Like, man, he was our guy. He was at the helm. He was running the New York Jets. And then he gets fired for not producing. 2 years removed, he's in the big dance dominating. Okay, so I see both sides of it completely. Let me know your thoughts. I can't wait to see them. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for sticking with this channel. And as always, go Jets.